it's Petrina again with Do You Have a Couple of Minutes? And today I want to know if you have a couple of minutes to continue our series in the book of Proverbs. And we've made it to Proverbs chapter 22. Now we're going to continue getting more verses on wisdom, but in this particular book is when there are 30 wisdom sayings. And so if you go through and you read this chapter, you'll see as you're going through and getting toward the latter half of it, there's a statement in it where it says, haven't I given you 30 wisdom sayings? And so beyond that, from the end of this chapter into the next chapter, are those different 30 sayings. Now, I'm not going to take time to go through each one of those, but I do recommend that you take some time to go back and read chapter 22 and beyond, and you'll be able to read each of those sayings. But as we have been doing, I'm going to hop around and read a few different verses and provide a little bit of commentary on those verses. So I'm going to start out with verse number 1 of chapter 22, which reads, "A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold." So again, this is talking about things that we all have the ability to seek after to do. We can all be people that are trying to do the right thing, trying to live upright, trying to be people that help other people, trying to be individuals that seek after knowledge and wisdom and apply knowledge and wisdom. And so this is talking about that and saying that a good name, so seeking after those things, a good name is actually more desirable than those tangible riches that many go after. I'm going to skip down to verse number 3, which reads, "The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty." So again, we're reminded, pay attention, be prudent. There are warning signs around. There are people that we can learn from when we're going through life to see if things are going to be beneficial routes for us, or they're going to be things that are going to lead us in the opposite direction that we want to go. So it behooves us to be aware, to take the time to seek out the ways that we want to go, to be prudent about that. Because if we're simple minded and we're not intentional, then we can end up being someplace that we don't want to be. And then we're going to have to work our way out of that. So let's avoid it if we can. Moving on down to verse number 9, this reads, "The generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor." And again, if you've been with us, we just came off of a chapter where it was talking about helping the poor. That if we didn't help the poor, actually, then we wouldn't be helped in the time that we need help. We may be crying out for help and not having it. So here it's talking about that same subject, but talking about us from a generous perspective, that if we have things to share, we should be sharing them. So the generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor. So there's some benefit, not that we're doing it necessarily for the benefit, but what you do comes back to you. And it's that idea of being generous and helping others, and how that can be of benefit to you. Doesn't it certainly feel good when you're taking the time to engage with others and meet the needs of others? That's a nice opportunity to be able to have. Moving on to chapter 16, or sorry, verse 16 in chapter 22. So chapter 22, verse 16. It reads, "One who oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and one who gives gifts to the rich, both come to poverty." And this is really talking about our mindsets, right? So if somebody's going out there trying to get things from those who don't have much to give and trying to impress others for their own gain and that's their purpose, then that's not going to help them get to wherever it is that they're trying to go. So, this is just a reminder that our motives matter. Why we're doing things matters, and we need to pay attention to what we're doing. We shouldn't be trying to step on others to get up, and we shouldn't be trying to pretend that we're something that we're not to others to get attention, right? We need to be real. We need to deal in our reality and deal in our circumstances and be the best stewards of what it is that we have a good heart in the things that we're doing. Moving on to verse 17, which reads, pay, and now we're in those sayings that I was talking about. So the sayings start in verse 17. And this says, pay attention and turn your ear to the sayings of the wise. Apply your heart to what I teach, for it is pleasing when you keep them in your heart and have all of them ready on your lips. So this is talking about, let's not just hear things and not apply them, but let's take time to apply our learning, apply our knowledge, have it ready to be able to use so it can be of benefit to us and be of benefit to others that are seeking after that wisdom and that knowledge. And with that, that is my few minutes for today. I hope that you have found that this has been a topic that's been inspiring, something to help you think, learn, grow, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. And I hope that if you are enjoying these messages, that you will share them with others so that they can come along our learning journey as well. Please be sure to take some time to read chapter 22 of Proverbs. And as always, I am very appreciative of you joining me here today, and I sure hope to see you back next time. Until then, bye bye.